It was supposed to be a simple night of joy, laughter, music, and warm messages from fans across the world. October 13th, 2025, Jimin's 30th birthday. The day ARMY had been preparing for weeks, filling cities with birthday ads, LED trucks, and charity projects in his name. Busan, his hometown, glowed in purple lights. Fans across Seoul trended hashtag Happy Jimin Day worldwide, celebrating the man whose soft voice and heart-shaped smile had touched millions. But amid the celebration, a single sentence changed everything. During his Weverse live broadcast, Jimin mentioned a familiar name, Jungkook. The room went quiet for a second, followed by a flood of heart emojis and messages. Then, not long after, came the chaos. Within hours, Jungkook and Jimin Live dominated the global trending list, not because of the warm memories fans shared, but because of an unexpected wave of criticism. Some accused Jimin of using Jungkook's name, others twisted his words out of context, and soon, the fandom found itself divided. Again, how did a casual mention of a close friend become a spark for online backlash? And more importantly, what did Jimin really say? It was around 9 p.m. Korea Standard Time when Jimin appeared on Weverse Live. Dressed in a soft beige sweater, his hair slightly tousled, he looked relaxed, smiling as he read fan comments and responded in his gentle, teasing tone. It's been so long since I did this, he said. I wanted to see you all on my birthday. I missed you. As fans flooded the chat with messages of love, Jimin reminisced about birthdays in the past, including those he spent with the BTS members before enlistment. Then came the moment. He chuckled softly and said, "You know, Jungkook used to tease me so much on my birthday. He always tried to hide the cake and act like he forgot. I wonder if he remembers this year." A simple, heartfelt line, one that showed affection and nostalgia. But on the internet, context doesn't always survive. Within minutes, clips of the moment spread across platforms, some with mistranslations, others edited to emphasize only the mention of Jungkook. Suddenly, the comment section filled with heated takes. Why bring Jungkook up again? Jimin is using his name for attention. He should focus on himself. ARMY, confused and divided, tried to calm the storm, but it was already too late. By the next morning, several fan accounts and gossip pages had already taken the clip out of context. Headlines appeared on Korean entertainment blogs. Jimin mentions Jungkook during live. Fans question intent. Social media became a battleground. Some defended Jimin fiercely. Others demanded explanations that no one owed. What many didn't realize was that Jimin and Jungkook's bond has always been one of the purest in BTS history, a friendship forged through years of practice, performance, and quiet support behind the scenes. But in the digital age, where every sentence becomes a headline, warmth can be weaponized. As the criticism grew louder, so did the defense. Armies from around the world trended hashtag Leave Jimin Alone, hashtag We Love You Jimin, and hashtag Jungkook Forever simultaneously. Dozens of fan translators corrected the mistranslations. Clips resurfaced, showing how Jungkook himself often mentioned Jimin fondly in past lives, proving that such interactions were nothing but natural. In Busan, fans put up banners reading, "Jimin, you don't owe anyone an explanation. We love you for who you are." The wave of positivity soon overtook the negativity. Even major Korean outlets, initially amplifying the backlash, began releasing clarifications. India forums and Harian Tibet published follow-up pieces explaining that Jimin's words were innocent, heartfelt, and misrepresented. ARMY had once again turned chaos into compassion, and Jimin, though quiet about the issue, seemed to know. To understand why this moment resonated so deeply, you have to understand what it means to be Jimin of BTS in 2025. Every word he says, every gesture, every glance, carries the weight of a global fandom. Since BTS entered military service, fans have been hypersensitive to interactions or mentions between members, reading every sign for clues about reunion, friendship, or hidden conflict. In such a tense atmosphere, even a kind mention can be turned into speculation. But Jimin's quiet grace throughout it all was telling. He didn't delete the live. He didn't issue a statement. He simply smiled, thanked the fans again, and ended with a gentle, "I love you." Sometimes silence says more than defense ever could. For years, Jimin has been known as the emotional center of BTS, the member who feels deeply, who expresses warmth, and who never shies away from vulnerability. But that same sensitivity also makes him the easiest target for overinterpretation. Industry insiders have often commented that Jimin faces more emotional pressure than most idols his age, not because of controversy, but because he cares too much about how fans feel. Behind the cameras, he's the one who checks on others, who writes heartfelt messages, who apologizes even when he's done nothing wrong. And on his 30th birthday, when all he wanted was to connect with fans, he was once again reminded of how fragile fame can be. To those who truly know BTS, Jimin's mention of Jungkook wasn't about clout. It was about love, memory, and connection. In the early days, Jungkook often spoke about how Jimin helped him adjust to trainee life, how he admired his strength and artistry. Jimin, in return, always described Jungkook as the younger brother who never fails to make me proud. Even in 2023's Suchwada episode with Suga, Jimin admitted that Jungkook makes me emotional sometimes because I see how far he's come. Their bond runs deeper than fan wars or online discourse. It's family. It's BTS. The October 2025 backlash was not really about Jimin or Jungkook. It was about how fandoms, magnified by social media, can turn affection into accusation overnight. IT showed how even genuine friendship can be misunderstood in a world hungry for controversy. But it also showed something else: ARMY's resilience. The same fans who defend, translate, and clarify have learned to navigate storms with empathy and truth. Days passed, and no official statement came from Jimin, Big Hit, or HYB. And yet, fans noticed something subtle on October 16th. Jimin logged onto Weverse again. He didn't mention the controversy. He didn't defend himself. Instead, he simply posted a picture, a gentle smile, holding a slice of birthday cake with a candle still glowing. The caption was short and warm. "Thank you for celebrating with me. I'm happy because you're here." No anger, no explanations, no references to the noise outside. That one post said more than any press release ever could. IT was Jimin's way of reclaiming his peace, a quiet reminder that kindness is louder than chaos, and that love doesn't need to fight to be understood. ARMYs immediately flooded the comments. "We're always with you. You did nothing wrong. Your heart speaks for itself." Within hours, #Jimin deserves peace trended globally, replacing the earlier negativity that had shadowed his name. Journalists from Korean entertainment outlets began publishing opinion pieces reflecting on the situation. Perhaps, one columnist wrote, "The world demands too much from Jimin, a man who simply wanted to share a memory." Others echoed that sentiment, praising his maturity, emotional depth, and ability to stay composed under pressure. IT was yet another moment that revealed who Jimin truly is. Not just a global superstar, but a man of grace, strength, and quiet resilience. As the noise faded, one thing became clear: Jimin didn't need to say anything more. His sincerity was enough. The next day, positive messages flooded Weverse, and the trending tag shifted from controversy to #ThankYouJimin. The world had once again witnessed what makes Jimin special: his ability to face storms with silence, to smile through pain, and to remind everyone, even in chaos, that love always wins. Because for Jimin, mentioning Jungkook wasn't a mistake. IT was a moment of memory, of friendship, and of truth, and that's what makes him, even now, one of the most human and heartfelt idols in the world.